Love and peace and happiness. Beautiful day, beautiful soul. And welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot. Coming to you live from Las Vegas. I go by Melinda NailFanatic, and I'm here to do this timeless Taurus energy reading. And for this session, we're discussing spiritual partnerships, okay? It's a new spread that I received by download. And so we're going to go all around the zodiac with it because this is an important subject. Spiritual partnerships are different than a regular partnership because in a spiritual partnerships, both people are committed to spiritual growth. Now, the cold part about it is you could be in a spiritual partnership while somebody else is not. So sometimes it's not aligned like that. And sometimes it is. I mean, the only way you'll know is to see who's choosing to grow, who's choosing to evolve, right? Spiritual partnerships can be a very safe place to express yourself, good feelings and bad, light and dark. Be vulnerable and not feel attacked, okay? This happens a lot when both parties are in a spiritual focus, okay? So spiritual partnerships can be romantic. They don't always have to be romantic. So that doesn't mean you're with this person in a romantic relationship, but some of you are. A lot of you will choose a romantic partnership that includes intimacy and passion as well as your spirituality. But we're going to focus on the spiritual partnership aspects in this and see what information we can draw out that will assist in your soul growth and evolution, because that's how we know that our humanity is empowered as we do that. And that's why we do what we do, because we love and adore our brothers and sisters of humanity. And we know that the more empowered each one of us is, that lends to the energy of the whole. So at the bottom of the deck, what do we have as a foundation? We have the Queen of Wands. So this is a Taurus energy reading, wherever you have it in your birth chart, if it's your sun sign, or if you were focused on a person of interest, I see you, and also for those of you who are just looking for some very upbuilding and empowering information, you're going to find it here. This is just what we do. So in the first position, it asks a question: what is this relationship revealing to me about me? And they said it's important to realize that a spiritual partnership is going to reveal you to you, and it's going to likewise reveal them to them. A spiritual relationship is going to present the triggers, the things that lie and below the surface, the things that haven't been addressed that limit you from spiritual growth and evolution. And so that stuff is always going to come up in a spiritual partnership. So let's see what's being revealed to you in this. The 8 of Discs, skill. Okay. So you've been through this before. For you, this is a repetitive cycle. Okay. And so, like, the more you do something, the better you get at it. They're saying the more you do something, the better you get at it. So for you, this is a repetition. A repetition doesn't mean it's good, doesn't mean it's bad. There's something here that you've got to do again that you've done before. Why do you need to do it again? Because every time you do it, it gets easier. Every time you do it, you get more masterful of it. Because every time you do it, you have the lessons of how you did it before that didn't work out so well. It's giving me the movie The Robinsons. Is a Disney Pixar movie in which the family's motto is keep moving forward, because they know, and they celebrate failures. They celebrate failures because they know that now they know a way not to accomplish their goal, and so there is a chance to do it differently. They know not to do it that way again because that didn't work before. So there's this energy here of doing something differently because the ways you did it before didn't necessarily turn out so good. Some of them you learned. They said all of them. I was just cut off because I was saying some of them. I was just cut off, and I heard all of them. Not some of them, all of them. All of the ways you did it before, it didn't lend you exactly what you wanted, but you learned something. So you learned a better way to do something when you did it before, and now it's the opportunity to apply what you learned from the previous application, from the previous attempt. It was an attempt. It was a try, because it didn't get you where you wanted to be. but now you get to try again. And so let's see more. What do we have? Astounded. Astounded. Interesting. So astounded, it deals with the energy of being surprised. It deals with the energy of being even shocked. Okay. I'm hearing you're going to be astounded with how well you move through this cycle. Okay. With the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck, again, some of you could have a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in this experience, but it's talking to me about your passion. It's talking to me about your creative energy. I'm feeling you're going to surprise yourself. What's going to be revealed to you? The amazing way you move through this. It's like when you did it last time, there was so much resistance, there was so much hurt, it was so difficult. This time, it's like I heard a warm knife through butter, baby. It just smoothly goes through. So there's something here about smoothness. Okay. I heard smooth operator. Yeah. She's a smooth operator. Okay. And then I'm hearing specifically the lyrics which says coast to coast, LA to Chicago, Western Mail. Okay. And I'm hearing across the north and south to Kilago, love for sale. Okay. So there's this energy here of about going around to the different areas. Okay. Different areas. It's like you've done this round and round about different areas, different people. Okay. And then love for sale. It's like you were trying to find a way to give your love. Who's going to buy into this love? Okay. But in this, there's somewhere where you're going to surprise yourself. I love it. Love and peace and happiness. So, what is this relationship revealing for the person on the other side of the table? Sacrifice. Okay. A different perspective. A different perspective. I heard love isn't to be sold, it's to be given. Let me see more. Panic. Yeah. Okay. So you're excited. I heard, and when you get excited, they get panicked. They start to freak out. Okay. There's something here about this person needs to have a different perspective. You're excited about something, they're freaking out. This is about your passion. This is about your creativity. This is about your ability to move through it smoother. Oh, I heard smooth as ice. Yeah, no, it's not smooth as ice. Ice isn't that smooth. Maybe on the surface. Okay, maybe on the surface it's actually very dense. It's actually very hard. Okay, but why smooth as ice? Because that's how this person's perception is. So they feel, interesting. As you move through this cycle, with smoothness of a warm butter with a warm knife, slicing through warm butter with a warm knife. Okay, they said room temperature butter. Okay, in one of those little butter dishes. Why the little butter dishes coming out? Somebody likes to keep the butter dish on the side of the countertop and keep it out of the fridge. And then, when the warm knife is a little warm, I see you run it under the hot water so it get warm. Okay, and you can just scoop it right off like nothing. Okay, and that's how you move through the situation. But the other person's perception of you, they panic. Why? Because to them, when you're doing this, you appear cold as ice, is what they're revealing. Okay, so they panic because now they don't feel you're involved emotionally. And I'm hearing, and what's happening is you're involved in what you're doing, in where you're at. Just as if they were more involved in what they're doing and what they're at, they might not feel so cold, but they're not. They're focused on something that's not theirs. Whoo! And you're focusing on what's yours. Love and peace and happiness. There's a lot to that. They said rewind that and hear that again. You're gonna want to listen to this a few more times. There was a lot that was just said already. So let's see in the next position. It says, what action helps me address what's been revealed? Okay. This is exactly what I was just talking about. Stabilize that 9 of Cups energy. 9, self-contained, honey. Within you is everything. All your joy, all your love, all your peace, all your happiness, all your fulfillment, all your stability is within yourself. So there's this energy of you're not counting on that person to make you happy. You're not counting on them to bring your stability. You're not even looking to them to make you feel good or feel fulfilled. Now, that is part of why they're panicking. Like, what can I do for you? Well, nothing. I'm actually good. Thanks. That is freaking them out because they're looking. I heard they're looking in their value. In their value, they're looking to you to show them their value based off of what they can do for you. But the only thing they can really do for you is take care of themselves because you're busy taking care of yourself. This is a spiritual partnership. That's what spiritual partnerships are about. It's not about learning to be codependent with somebody else, but rather interdependent. And you can't be interdependent if you're not independent. So you're building emotional independence. This person is realizing that you're not counting on them anywhere where you were counting on them to make life better, to be your source of joy, to be your source of love. You're not counting on that anymore. You're doing it by yourself, and this is helping you. Okay. This action is going to help you address what's being revealed. So let's see with that Nine of Cups and stability, what else do we have for you at this time? And the divine cosign says, you were still refined by the process. Again, why are you doing it again? Because it was still a refining. I mean, when you do it expertly for the first time, there's so much excitement. You're astounded because you're doing this expertly. Yeah, the word expertly coming through with high emphasis. You're doing this expertly with mastery. Yeah, the word mastery coming through with high significance as well. So the way you're moving, the way you're responding, the way you're interacting in this can make you come off as cold. I heard, and detached to the other person. Cold isn't accurate, but they said detached is. Okay, you've learned to detach from the outside as a reason for your joy, as a reason for your happiness, as your reason for your stability. In other words, you're not letting them and their responses and their reactions and their contributions determine how you're going to feel today. You figured out how to maintain that yourself. Okay. And so you were refined by the process. Why? Because it got smoother this time. This time you learned to heat up the knife to leave the butter out so it'll be soft. Okay. This time you figured out some different ways to do it than you did it last time. We're not saying last time wasn't successful. We didn't say that at all. Last time was successful, but this time is even smoother. So they're saying you were still refined by the process. So what I'm hearing is you did this before. You did this successfully before. It's just like, okay, so they just said last time it could take you years to figure this out. This time you figured it out in months, weeks, or days. Okay. Last time it could have took you hours. They want me to go back to butter. They said last time you had a cold knife and cold butter. And yeah, you cut the butter, but the butter didn't cut smoothly. You didn't get the size that you actually meant to cut because the knife did its weird thing in the cold butter. I heard, and if that butter was frozen, because some of you, I heard some of you, the butter was even frozen. So trying to cut the butter, you had to leave it out for a while before you could even cut it. In this situation, the butter was warm, the knife was warm. It was so smooth. It was so effortless. It was so easy this time. And so some of you are saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry. You're going to find out because some of you, this reading is predictive, not current time, depending on when you find it and who you are. Okay. Some of you, this is what's coming up. So they said, don't back down from the opportunity. Don't back down from the opportunity to be astounded by your skill. Don't be back down from the opportunity to show yourself how fantastically you move through these energies. Okay. Fourth position. What is my growth trajectory? Is the question I was given. The Three of Wands foundation. The better it gets, the better it gets. I heard Abraham Hicks quoting coming through. Okay. The better it gets, the better it gets. You're seeing the blossoming. I'm hearing you're seeing the blossoming, all these little blossoms on these wands and the vines that's growing on them. It's like you're seeing that blossoming. You're seeing yourself blossom. What is your growth trajectory? Things are going to continue to get better. Why? Because you're giving in this experience, you've astounded yourself, which is a very high vibrational energy and a very high vibrational feeling. Like you're just mesmerized. It's so marvelous the way you've done this. You're so proud of yourself, how you've moved through this energy, how you adapt, how you cope, how you've healed, how you've grown. Okay. And so what this is doing is setting up the next experience. Okay. And the better it gets, the better it gets. Let's see what else we have with that. The hand of the divine as shown by human design. Yes. Okay. So this realization that look, the divine is improving your experiences, but that improving of your experiences that the divine is giving is exact consequence. Thank you. Repercussion. Okay. Fallout. It's the next logical step. Thank you. Even simpler. Love the simpler, the better. We want to take regular language that everybody can understand. Thank you. So it's the next logical step from where you are now. from where you are when you find this reading, from where you are when you're in this experience, when you're realizing, man, I just did that thing that used to be so hard. It took me so long to figure it out. And look at, I figured it out so fast. I did that so easy. Yay. So the next logical step is even better. You're going to love the next step. Okay. You're going to love the next step because it's going to be divinely designed based off of, I'm hearing, based off the input that they're getting from this experience here. So in this experience, you're showing that you have emotional stability, that you have learned how to create your happiness and not make other people accountable for keeping you there, that you can handle and maintain that regardless of where they're at. Because again, like I said, somebody is freaking out because they feel like you're emotionally cold to them. You're not being emotionally cold to, it's crazy that you're being happy within yourself causes them to think that you're being cold and distant from them. When if they would just raise their vibration, that they'd find a beautiful alignment there. But their problem is you're radiating in such a high vibration and you're doing it so consistently. And then they're using that as the reason to push off, to push away, to be reflected, deflected, moved away from you because they're going down, down, baby, down the roller coaster. Sweet, sweet baby, never ever let you go. They don't want to let you go. Okay, they don't want to let you go. They feel like they don't want to let you go. They feel like you're going to sacrifice the relationship with them. All those are dooming thoughts. All those are very low vibrational thoughts. Is that your fault that that's what they're thinking? Not necessarily. Their thoughts come from within their head. And if somebody loves you, they want to see you happy. And if they have the spiritual growth and evolution, if they're on the spiritual path, which we are talking about a spiritual partnership, then they would understand that that's a very necessary phase and step. It's a necessary skill and technique. It must be embraced, it must be learned, it must be accepted, it must be practiced. Okay. So your growth trajectory is the better it gets, the better it gets, divinely designed based off of your accomplishments that you're having here. So in the fifth position, we were given the question, what dirt, so to speak, must be moved through for your growth? And the way I was shown this was a seed. The seed is planted in the dirt. You're not even going to see it until it breaks through the dirt. So in order to see the physical effects and the physical growth in your physical realm, whether you've already done that in certain aspects or not in all, and not in any of the aspects, there is room. Something is still under the ground for growth to come up through the ground. And what is the dirt? The dirt is the six of this bounty. Ooh, so the dirt is, ooh, okay, interesting. The dirt is, I give more than them. I'm not getting what I deserve. That's the dirt. That's the dirt. Because in that, you're saying there's something that is happening here. They're saying there's this aspect of when you're saying that something is happening here that is not in your best interest, when in reality they're saying the entire universe is conspiring in your favor. Because remember, all the people who subscribe to this channel, we all got some paranoia going on, knowing the universe is constantly serving in our best interest. Everything is in our best interest. And so if that's true, then it's not possible that you're giving more than you should and not getting what you deserve. Now that doesn't mean you're gonna stay here forever. It really doesn't. But what's happening is exactly what it should be. And the bounty. So what's the dirt that must be moved through from your growth? The bounty is here. You're in the bounty. What is the bounty that you're getting in this experience? In other words, what are the rewards that you're having in this experience? We already talked at length about the fact that, ooh, this is so easy. I'm doing this so quickly. This makes so much sense. It was nowhere as difficult as it used to be. That's one. What else? Because your personal experience has detailed other bounty that you, in recognizing, will have moved through some dirt about. Okay. So somebody here, I just see like you pay more than they do. They don't make as much money as you. Somebody here, I see you offer more. You offer more physical attention or focus or passion, and it's not necessarily reciprocated. Okay. How is that helping you? How is that helping you grow? Okay. Let's get the empowering question that's on the deck to go with that. Where can I compromise and have it all? Where can I compromise and have it all? Is the dirt that must be moved through for your growth. I'm also hearing with that, it's like Do you have to compromise? Because remember, this is the pile of dirt. This is the dirt you got to go through. Some of here, you're thinking that you have to compromise what you're giving. Like you have to give too much. If I give more, if I give more time, if I give more attention, if I give more, then maybe they'll change. That's not what's going to do it. Remember, the change that you have and that you're going through is something that's happening because you choose it internally and you decide to express it. Their change is going to have to be the same way. It's not something you have to do. Because I get this idea in the dirt, like, well, if I can just get them to change, if I can throw enough energy at it, if I could give them enough time, throw enough money at it, throw enough whatever, because you got plenty, right? If I could throw enough joy at it, if I can give them enough hours of my joy, if I can just give them 6 hours of joy every day, then they'll be what I want them to be, which is happy here with me, passionate, expressive. Yeah, and there's the rub. I hear, and there's the rub, because you're looking at it from a very expectant place where that might not be their path. Like their path might be to figure it out and to elevate. Their path might not be. They're in a panic. Their energy right now is rejective. Their energy is rejective of you being in this high vibration. So you got to be more, I'm hearing you got to be more, you want to be, you would like to be, you would feel a lot lighter. Thank you. You would feel more alignment. Ooh, I love those words even better. So you would feel more alignment if you put less decisiveness about what it must be on their side of the table and what you going to get from them. What are you getting in this experience that benefits you? That's where your focus is. I'm hearing most alignment, okay? In most alignment, regardless of how they're showing up. Okay. So let's see, in the sixth position, how can I honor my own commitment to grow spiritually? By the Eight of Wands, action. Love it. In this image, the arrows are shooting up. The arrows are shooting up. I'm hearing, so take progressive action. What's the next best thing you would do to obtain your goals? The Eight of Wands is the arrows of love. How can you love them inconsequentially? In other words, unconditionally. In other words, wherever they're at. So they're freaked out. They feel like you're being cold as ice. Sometimes loving them is doing something. Sometimes loving them is not doing something. Sometimes loving them is addressing something and talking about it and confronting it. Sometimes loving them is shutting up, letting them sit with their feelings and deal with it themselves. You're going to have to decide and figure out how you can honor your own commitment to grow spiritually and still love unconditionally. Let me see what else. Raise your baseline, baby. This is it. This is what's triggering them. So your baseline was over here. Your low baseline was way lower than it is now. As you elevate it, you're raising your baseline. I had to make this drawing when this information was channeled through because it was so freaking complicated to try to explain without an image. And the words came through, a skyrocketing experience. So this experience that you're having with this person somehow caused you to elevate your vibration. Okay. So your low doesn't go as low as it used to no more. Your low is now at the high. In other words, the highest you used to feel, the highest vibration you had before, that's now your neutral. That's now your normal every day. And it looks like the Nine of Cups. Your new baseline is a higher vibration than it's ever been. And you have to understand that you are going to trigger the heck out of the people that are not there. Some people just don't know what to do with your happy dappy self. You run around so happy dappy, they don't know what to do with that. It's causing them to freak out. They feel, I heard it. I heard it. Part of what they're feeling is you must have some other reason why you're happy that you're not telling me about. They're starting to get into their own self doubts, worries, and their fear programming. Yeah. Love and peace and happiness. Because your baseline is raised. So you're consistently in a higher vibration. And this is how you can honor your commitment to grow spiritually. So every way you present yourself, the actions you take are coming from that. Don't lower your baseline in order to keep somebody happy. Don't or lower your baseline in order to try to please somebody who's freaking out. Like that freak out is not coming from you. And there's nothing else in these cards that look like panic except for right here. The sacrifice, the hangman, and the panic. They're going through something. And that's what spiritual partnerships do. They cause us to go through something. And when you went through your something, you're like, oh, I get to do this again. And so boom, you surprise the heck out of yourself. This person, they looking at it and they need another perspective. They need to have another perspective because they're focused in the lower vibrational direction. When your arrows are shooting up, their arrows got their head upside down. They got their head upside down, baby. So, what can you understand better about your partner that will help you in this experience? And we have the Five of Swords, defeat. This is a confirmation of everything we just said. Your person is self-sabotaging themselves with the thoughts that are rolling around in their head. So you rolling around happier these days, you're more consistently happier, less requiring of them to build the happiness or be the happiness for you. This makes them feel, I heard, useless. This makes them feel neglected. This, for some of them, makes them feel like you got somebody else's attention. You have a new best friend. Oh, you have a new lover. Or you do something. You must be doing something. You're too happy. What the heck? Self-sabotaging garbage is coming from the dumpster juice. That's what I heard. Is literally dumpster juice. In other words, what dumpster juice formulated by rotting garbage that's been sitting there, or stewing in the hot sun, just melting and mingling with the other garbage. Ooh. And these feelings are coming from the garbage juice. Now, interesting, they show me the sun that was just channeled through. The sun, the clarity of day, they're buried in the garbage can. It dark in the garbage can. It dark. Plus, they bury it with all the other garbage in the garbage. So their thoughts, where you're elevating and you're raising your vibration consistently because you keep focusing on the higher vibrational aspects of what you got going on, and you're not looking to somebody else to please you, to make you feel fulfilled, to make you feel satisfied or loved, or like you're just doing just fine in life. No, you're doing that for yourself. So now this person is choosing the opposite. They don't want me no more. They're not looking at me no more. They don't talk to me no more. They don't need me for their happiness. They're just happy without me. And instead of being proud of you for being happy without them and figuring out how they can do that too, and then what do you know? You'll both be happy, and then you'll be attracting one another again, as opposed to deflecting one another. They are just stewing and going on a down, down, baby, down, down the roller coaster, sweet, sweet baby. Now I'm never let you go. Oh, they don't ever want to let you go because they're looking to you to sustain their happiness. Now, I just saw something really interesting in this as well. In this spiritual part. So you're in a spiritual partnership. I'm not sure that this person is. Um, One of the things I'm seeing is, when you, so I seen you running uphill. I seen you running uphill with the backpack. That backpack got weight. Bag lady, you gon' hurt your back carrying all them bags like that. Okay, so you'd have dropped off the bags. Now you can run fast. Well, having you leave that person in the dust because the person's still carrying the bags. Oh boy, let me see from the guiding lights with the Five of Swords what you can understand better about your partner. Oh, and there it is. The shoes you're wearing no longer fit. Time for something new. So, in this experience, I see one person who has decided to elevate, and there's powerless here. Somebody else feels powerless. It is completely contradictory to your energy. And for some of you, the only king or queen that came out is that Queen of Wands. So it's a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius in your experience. Yeah, you can put some in the comment if you want to. That's fine. Because in this experience, somebody feel powerless, and you feeling all creative, feeling all passionate about life, feeling all empowered. Those two energies are contradictory. They do not balance out together. They do not do anything together. One attracts the other to show the other what's lacking. In other words, it's a surplus and an absence. Okay, it's like a vacuum sucking in what's available. Whoo, that said a lot. It's a vacuum sucking in what's available. And somebody here, you're about to be unavailable. You are about to be unavailable in this experience. Yeah. You've astounded yourself how quickly you move through this experience. This is totally a karmic connection for you, but it is a spiritual partnership because of what you did with it. Does that mean that it's a spiritual partnership for the other side? No, it does not. We explained that at the outset of this experience. If it's spiritual on both sides, then both people tend to grow together. But somebody's being stuck in defeat. Somebody's being stuck in self-sabotage. Somebody's being stuck in panicking and worries because you're so happy and you're so content and you don't need them for that. because you figured out how to construct it yourself. That was the point. That was the point of it all. Somebody here sitting in powerlessness, and you're sitting in authentic divine empowerment. Okay. They say you don't have to compromise and lower your vibration in order to entertain the situation that doesn't have the capacity to return to you your reflection anymore. Anything you're going to see is now, they're showing me, well, a funhouse mirror. You know how the funhouse mirror is all distorted? And so the only image you're going to see is all screwed up. Yeah, and that's because they decided to get themselves all twisted, get their panties in a bunch. I heard they all distorted themselves. Your mirror is all smoothed out. It's straight. It's solid. It was actually reformed into more permanent material when you realize so much. And this was like the polishing of your mirror. This experience, that's the astounding part. It's like this is like the polishing of your mirror. This person, they still in fun mirror mode, where the projection that's it looks all skewed. They can't see things straight. Why? Because they all bent out of shape, baby. They all bent out of shape. Yeah, somebody here, they're getting all bent out of shape because why? They're not where you are. You're not where they are. Okay, the person is all bent out of shape. They can't provide you the reflection accurately any longer, and that's why the shoes you're wearing no longer fit. It's time for something new. Somebody literally gonna get some new shoes, and that's gonna be a sign. But we're gonna use the cue cards and see what are the signs and symbols the universe is gonna speak to you with in this experience to remind you. Okay, that requires skill and balance. Some of you gonna see uh, um a circus show, some sort of acrobatic act. Okay, the umbrella, the 1 foot on the ball. Okay, somebody's gonna be on a unicycle. Okay, you're gonna actually see that. The big deal, it came out in reverse. Okay, one of the things that's going to be a sign and symbol is as you evolve and you heal and you get excited about stuff, one of the things you're going to be seeing from the person in your experience is that they're going to try to make it seem like, oh, it's no big deal. They're going to act like they didn't hear you. They're not going to celebrate with you. They're not going to get excited with you. When you're winning, they're not excited. They only get excited if they're winning, and they don't feel like they're winning right now. So there's no excitement. This is a very humdrum energy. Okay, let me see. What else can you show me about the signs and symbols that speak? Dead end. Oh, so here's the thing. I see somebody literally, you're going to be going where you're going, but you will find that the road is a dead end because you're in new territory. The road is a dead end. Okay. This experience here, okay, there's going to be a dead end. Somebody's also, I just saw somebody wearing a t-shirt and it says dead end. Interesting. Okay, and somebody here, there's a television show and there's something significant in this television. So I see you watching a series, probably Netflix, or yeah, probably Netflix. But I just see you watching a series, and there's this part of the show that you're gonna get to. I heard you've been watching this show before you ever found this reading. When you get into this show, though, this reading's going to come up because there's something significant that happens to the characters while they're at a dead end, and you're going to think about this because it's going to correlate to the experience. And I heard, and in that there will be guidance, and in that there will be guidance. Let's see, what other signs and signals can you give the viewers from their life attraction? A magnet being highly significant for somebody, but yeah, you're going to notice that you're attracting more abundance. The more you solidify yourself with your path, with your stability, with your emotional independence, then you're going to notice that you're attracting other vibrations that are matching yours. And that's, oh, I heard, and I heard that's why this lower vibrational energy of self-sabotage and panic is being deflected, because you are attracting now. You've already been magnetizing them to yourself. Magnets highly significant as well as signs and symbols, but you're attracting higher vibrational people who are meant to be for your next phase. Because remember, the better it gets, the better it gets. And somebody who's in self-sabotage, somebody who's in panic all the time, this person is not on the better that gets list. I heard they didn't make the cut. Let me see what else. The phone gonna ring. Messenger, good news. Okay, somebody gonna call you. They're gonna tell you something fantastic. Okay, you're gonna love this. When it happens, you're gonna feel an excitement. I'm hearing you're gonna feel an excitement come through your body. And when this excitement comes through your body, you're gonna remember, oh man, Melinda said, Mel said, It is going to be an important phone call with some good news. And this is why it's so significant. And this is why you're going to remember the reading, because something that's going so amazing for that person, their good news for you, is an indicator of your alignment with that type of experience for yourself, with experiences that feel that exciting for you, which is awesome because you're attracting it as a result of the astounded energy that you're holding about your own accomplishment, about your own skill. That's what attracted them. So it's a confirmation of where you're at vibrationally and an indicator of what else is to come and what that's going to feel like. It doesn't mean it's going to be the same exact experience for a couple of you. I just heard it will, though. But what it is for all of you is an experience that's going to feel as awesome. You're going to get so excited for this person. I heard friend that's contacting you to give you their good news. So whether it's about a promotion, whether it's about an elevation in a relationship, whether it's about some epiphany they had, something they found, something they obtained, some level of recognition, I don't know what it is about, but these are the examples that they gave me, and that's what I heard, so that's what I gave. Let me see, what other signs and signals do you have for the ones watching of the better it gets, the better it gets is coming for them. Okay, and we have foolish. There's a gesture again with the circus thing. So there's a gesture. Okay, for somebody, the song "Foolish" is going to be playing. Foolish from Sierra. Is that Sierra? Foolish is going to be playing in the background. Um, Also, I'm getting foolish vibes. Somebody's going to be wearing a hat, a hat with a gesture on it, or a jester's hat. Okay, a jester's hat or a hat with a gesture on it. Who's going to a Halloween party this early? Who's going to a costume party? Is it a masquerade? There's Ashanti. Thank you. Ashanti foolish. Yes. There's a masquerade party. Thank you. I knew that wasn't right. See, I don't know that. See, I don't know. I knew it was one of them girls with one name. But yeah, foolish. You're gonna be listening to foolish. Okay, it's gonna be playing, and the way I'm seeing foolish playing, it's not playing on your stereo. It's not playing in your car. It's almost like it's in the restaurant or it's in the store. You're gonna hear the song playing. It's not in your control. Hella significant happening there. And again with the gesture, okay, the gesture is interesting. And I just got this. Whoa, that's extremely specific. You're gonna bump into a person who's got some crazy contacts on. There's a person who has some 100% unnatural looking contact lenses on their eyeballs. That's going to be a huge sign, and you're going to remember this reading, and that's an indicator, baby, that the better it gets, the better it gets. And I got party vibes. I just got party vibes. Again, they're taking me back to masquerade. Why are you having a masquerade? It's barely about to be July. It's still June. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we're still in cancer season. Masquerade. Okay, what? The mask's gonna come off. I heard the masks are gonna come off. So it's a masquerade, but you're not gonna want to wear your mask the whole party, or everybody's gonna end up taking off their masks, wearing them around their head like a headband instead because it's too warm to be wearing masks. Unless you're on the south hemisphere. For all my southern hemisphere viewers, we love you. Okay, we love all of you. Yeah, we're so thankful and grateful for your beautiful person. What are the signs and symbols and do we have for woohoo, baby? I felt that. I felt the jackpot. You're winning, baby. The money is coming in. You're gonna find money on the floor. You're gonna have money coming in the door. Somebody gonna bring you, somebody gonna pay back some money that they own, you loaned them years ago. Things are going better for them. Not only are they gonna pay you back, but I hear they're gonna double what you gave them. You don't expect this coming. I see somebody here who is going to take a chance, put $10 in a machine and hit for a big bonus. I see that in business, things are going to be increasing for you financially. I just see more money in the door. I see unexpected rebates. I see, oh, if you didn't do it yet. Okay, so you want to go into Google, put your state, if you're in the United States, okay, uh, put your state name in Google in the search bar, and then add the words unclaimed funds. Search up your name, first and last name. Leave the other details out. Just put your first and last name and the cities that you lived in. Do them separately. So you're going to search one time, first and last name, whatever city you lived in. Don't put no property IDs or case numbers or none of the other details. Find your unclaimed money, because you're going to find some unclaimed money. Do it in every state you lived in every city you lived in. You're going to find some unclaimed money. Do that. Okay, awesome. That was something that came through. I found some money. Both my children found some money. A bunch of my clients found some money. I started telling everybody to do it. So go do that. Okay. They said bottom of the deck requires stillness. Okay. The snake energy is here. Whew, the snake energy is speaking to me about the transformation. So all these signs and symbols are going to be evidence of your transformation and the fact that you have, I'm hearing, come through this period of stillness. Because you've been sitting in this period of stillness. I heard stagnancy while you're still deducing the purpose of this connection with this person who's in a panic because you're doing so freaking great and they don't have shit to do with it. They want to be, I heard part of their issue is they want to be accountable for why you feel so fantastic, but that's just not gonna happen here because that's not who you are. That's not what you do. That's not how you're moving. What else can you show for this energy? I want more. Wow, wow, baby, just wow. We have the Aries energy, and it came out here on the Three of Wands. The better it gets, the better it gets. Okay, and it's also touching this Six of this, the Bounty. Okay, so it's lying in between positions 4 and 5. Fourth was what is my growth trajectory, and 5 was the dirt that must be moved through for my growth. You take that message any way you need to. Okay, this one is some amethyst. It's natural amethyst. It's encased in rock. Okay. And this is the hand of the divine as shown by human design. This stone is actually giving me very much a growing from in between a rock and a hard place. So in this situation, you could felt like, dang, which way do I go? Well, apparently you needed to just sit still with the energy and sit in your vibration. Sit in your vibration, hold it. Don't try to make a physical move yet. Also, we had this black, it could be obsidian. I think it's obsidian. Yeah. When I hold it up to light, I can see it's a polished obsidian. Okay. Because I can see through it. This is talking about protection. Protection. And remember, this is in the dirt that must be moved. You don't have to compromise. You have been building all of what you want to live and experience in this life. You don't have to compromise. That's a message, okay? And you're gonna see who this phone call that come through, this great news that you hear that lets you know what you're vibrationally aligning with is going to entail an experience where somebody's getting it all. They're getting everything they wanted. Ooh, it feels so delicious. It just excites me. It gives me partial body chills, just so you know. They said because yeah, it's not for me to feel it, it's for you to feel it. Okay, it's not for me to feel it right now. They want it to be who they said, yeah, it's for you to feel it too. Literally. So this is personal message, but they want me to say it to you. It's not for me to feel it all right now because when it happens, it's gonna have to be the strongest one that I felt in a very long time. And so for you as well, you get full body chills. It's gonna be very exciting, vibrationally, energetically. You're gonna feel it in your body in a way that you haven't in a long time. I think you've yeah, no. They said, yeah, you've definitely felt something so high vibrational before. They're giving me kundalini rising energy. It could cause your kundalini to rise when you start thinking about it later. Whoo, but it's a extremely high vibrational feeling. Okay, and it's not meant for you to have it when you're watching this reading, nor is it meant for me to have it when I'm watching this reading. It's meant for us to have it as we're living the experience. Okay, now we have our killer whale over here on the action. Okay, on the action with the Eight of Wands in the position of how can I honor my own commitment to grow spiritually. I heard Shamu. Okay, so the whales for me speak about the crystalline grid, which is like a record of all happenings on Earth by humans. It's the memory of plant, human, and animal life. It is it can be who just like the killer whale can be so beautiful and so graceful, but it can be deadly as hell too. Yeah, it's like that. They're saying use it in an upright. They're showing the arrows are flowing upright. So it's very important for you while you're in this high vibrational energy to not allow that lower vibrational. I heard the shadow and evil aspects to sneak out of you and set you back. In other words, keep on acting tactfully from the higher vibration, having incorporated your shadow in. Okay. And if they see you as shadow, like that's not your problem. If they see you as showing up as shadow, you're not actually doing anything to them. That's their perception. You literally can't change their perception. Okay. I'm hearing, um, but remember that everything you do has consequences and repercussions. So take those actions very, very carefully, because you are aware that consequences and repercussions follow. Okay, we have the Emperor energy coming out as Taurus falls right here, covering over this Hangman energy and sacrifice. It said everything happens for a reason. We have, see, there it is. There it is right there. This right here that just happened is everything. I love that the card just fell. I love it that dice, it fell back here in the shadows, but I was guided to put it up here. I freaking love it, because we were just talking about they could see you as being a shadow aspect right now. First thing I saw, attraction. What do we have? The red Emperor energy. Red, physical. Okay, so, but it's upside down. It's looking at me upside down and reversed. So what are you attracting? You're attracting the shadow aspect, for some of you, of an Aries person. For others of you, you're attracting from a place, for all of you, I heard, where you are taking divine action to be in alignment with what you choose for yourself. Beautiful. This is 15, devil energy, but it's on the light side, which is sitting on the 6 of cups next to this Aries energy. And then we have this could potentially be Aries energy as well. Definitely follows both suits. Okay. Then we have this devil energy here. It's telling me that you're triggering the heck out of somebody because you're going for what you want and it's working for you. And the 6 of this is saying to me, it's working for you in a way that it's just not working for them. Why isn't it working for them in the same way it's working for you? Because you're doing it from a high vibration. It's working perfectly for them too. They just haven't realized that it's because they're doing it in a low vibration. The more they do it in a low vibration, the more low vibrational this shit could get. But you're attracting from a high vibrational place. So in their book, it's working for you and it's not working for them. And that's exactly the lie. That's not true. It's exactly the opposite what's happening. They feel powerless. Well, that's what the point that they're attracting from. You're attracting from empowerment. You're attracting from creativity, from passion. Okay, why is it so significant that Taurus landed over here? Because it's not about them. It's not about their need to have a different perspective. It's not your job to give it to them. You actually already presented it to them, baby. It's all about, this is giving me Maya. It's all about me, 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 me. Okay, that song, It's All About Me from Maya. You need to remember that, because in this energy, what I'm seeing, somebody would totally try to convince you that it's not, that it's about them, that you should be more is focused on, well, what am I going to do without you? I need you, baby. Okay, let's see what else we have for you from the runes. So they want to be connected to you, baby. They want to be connected to you. But the thing is, you're connected to this purpose. You're connected to this journey. You're connected to this path. Spirit is saying, yeah, you had not this right here in the quartz crystal runes, which is these quartz crystals. This is what Spirit is doing. So it's like, this is what divine, the universe is offering to you. And it's a restriction energy. It's like nothing can cross this boundary of your 9 of Cups stability. Ooh, I love it. Okay. What else? Yeah, you're committed to this path of things. The better it gets, the better it gets. That's what I see. You're connected. These both Yibo showing up here in the yellow, which is your actions, and the quartz crystal, which is like universe, is like, as you still show commitment to this process, allowing yourself to be, you're committed to your spiritual growth and evolution. You accept the refinement of the process. You accept the lessons that you learn. Okay. You accept so what does refinement mean? Somebody doesn't know what refinement means. It means being purified, being cleansed. Okay, so refining is a process that they do with like precious metals like gold and silver. They actually melt them in fire, and when they do that, it will take out the impurities and make it a more pure metal. Okay, so in your life, you've been through the fire, through whatever come what may. Okay, so whatever come what may, you go through the fire, baby. And listen, and so that's the commitment you have, and that keeps making life better and better and better, and it's putting you in a position of authority, like you deciding that nothing comes between me and my spiritual growth and evolution. Now you have Puerto over here, which is talking about opportunities continuing to open up, and it landed on the hand of the divine design as shown, the hand of the divine as shown by human design. So there's a human involved here. You've helped in the designing process, but the divine hand is being showed to you in this experience. It's absolutely gorgeous. Love and peace and happiness. I freaking love it. Let me get my teeny tiny playing cards out that my grandchildren gave me. P and Q gave me these decks. I haven't pulled it out in a minute, but I don't want to stop reading for you. I want to read some more. So we're just going to do that because I can do whatever I want to. And I just want to pull some more as you see what details come out. All right, here we go. What other details can you reveal in this Taurus energy reading, please and thank you. So thankful and grateful for you doing all the YouTube things that makes the algorithm ring and bring more brothers and sisters of humanity that needs to hear, it wants to hear, calling to hear these messages. 10 of Hearts landing on you were still refined by the process, and the 10 of Wands with the big deal and the panic. Oh boy, 10 and 10. Finishing up is ending. There's an ending here, a completion, and this person is going to panic. They're panicking that it's over. It's a big deal to them. 8 of Swords, 8 of Spades, 8 of Spades energy here. Okay, you're focused on what you're attracting. And I'm hearing automatic side effect of that is that if they're not going to be in alignment with what you're attracting, they will be deflected. This is just how the energy works, like it or not. They don't have to like it. They don't have to agree with it. It's still going to happen. 2 of Spades. Separation and division with the Joker, a black Joker saying, yeah, it's a very necessary decision. Okay. Ace of Diamonds. This is your solid start, new beginning, new foundations. King of Hearts, emotional stability. King of Cups energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. King of Diamonds at the bottom, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, stability in your life. You're creating a level of stability in your life. It's not going to please everybody, but it was never meant to. Okay, somebody is bent out of shape about the fact that you are expertly in your mastery, and they are not a part of that, but they were never supposed to be. Nobody else made me the best nail tech that I've ever been and that you've ever met. I learned these skills to make them look so beautiful and so natural by my damn self, and everything else too in life. And that's literally a fact. Like, nobody can force you to learn. Your parents can force you to study, they can force you to go to school and stuff like that, even though it's still your choice to learn. Likewise, in this life experience, you made the choice to learn. Somebody wants to be a part of the reason why you figure stuff out. They want to go with you, be with you. It's just not that way, like it or not. Okay. And likewise, their choice to not learn, to not apply, to continue to self sabotage is not your fault. It is not you, it is their choice. Love and peace and happiness. So at this time, I want to give you a yes or no answer to your personal question. You can take time and think about that right now. Pause if you need to, but your soul team is going to guide you. Your higher self is going to guide you. God, universe, whatever language you speak, we speak all the vernaculars. It's going to guide you into formulating your question in the perfect way to receive your accurate answer. I only have to pull these cards once. That's the way this universe is set up, and that's the way my energy is aligned. So I'm going to pull these cards once and get you a yes or no answer. For anything more, look below the video or on the website. Again, thank you for the growth on our channel. This is definitely our channel. Without you, there is no us. So yeah, let's do this. What is the accurate answer in this energy? Is it yes or no? The answer is no. No aces came out. The bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. And for those of you who like to interpret the cards yourself, I'll tell you all the cards that came out. We had the Three of Swords in reverse, the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Page of Wands, and the King of Swords close out the top row. The bottom row, we had the Five of Cups, Page of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and the Six of Swords. So this is what I have for you in this energy at this time. I'm so thankful and grateful for your beautiful presence. And until next time, I'm sending you so much I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you. The golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness. And in the meantime, in between time, you could treat yourself at LPHtarot.com. As in, love, peace, and happiness to you and yours. And of course, me and mine. Until next time. Kamsahamnida. Gracias. Later, baby. That's all, folks. And I'm out.